that came out of nowhere. And I tell you who did that for me, that little Reese Witherspoon, that doll, that smart thing. And she made me her big sister, Gwyneth. And let me tell y'all that Reese Witherspoon is the size of this glass. And she stood next to me in that movie, in that wedding movie, and her little head hit right here. And when I saw the movie, I thought, oh, her head's the size of this breast. And we shot that thing in Atlanta. It took 2 months, and it was so fun, and it was like being at summer camp. It really was. But I was scared to death. Before I went down there, I thought I was going to get the shingles. I was scared to death. And I thought, well, I bet I'll lose weight. So cute. Y'all could be home watching baseball. But you're going to have to hear about my fat breast and my retaining fluid. If I have time, I'll talk about my reflux. I don't know. Just hold on, boys. I don't know. Okay, let me tell y'all that I fell in love with everybody on that movie set, but I really got close to the hair and makeup people. And they were all local people from Atlanta. And every time I went in that trailer, they would say to me, Leanne, you have got to let us be the ones to take you to this historical place in Atlanta. Everybody's got to go at least one time in their life. Please let us be the ones to take you. And I was like, okay. And it was called The Catch. And my little children thought it was a Mexican restaurant. And then I've seen movies, you know. I've seen movies with strippers and professional athletes and lights and poles and all that kind of stuff. This is not that. This is more like Ripley's Believe It or Not. But I didn't know that, and they kept begging me to go, and I was so freaked out. I asked my middle child, Maggie, I said, do you think if I go to this thing, I'm going to feel the presence of Satan? And she said, yeah, girl, I do. And I said to my baby child, who's fascinated by sin, I said, do you think I'll feel Satan? She went, no, I don't think so. They both know I'm very sensitive. I have felt the presence of Satan on Bourbon Street. And before I start talking about these little women, I don't want y'all to feel bad and go, Leanne's making fun of little women trying to make a living. Ain't nobody making any money, all right? Nobody. This ain't about the money. And it's sweet that they let everybody participate. But anywho, all right, that little woman comes out, and she's got on a pump about that long, but her little foot's about that long, and it was swimming around in that big pump. And after more people came out, I thought, nobody's shoes fit. Everybody was sliding around and dancing in their shoes. And I thought, there must be a big pile of shoes in the back. And they tell them, get you on a pair of shoes before you go out there and dance. But this little woman had on a denim pair of shorts and a tank top, and that's what she danced in. And it looked like somebody would wear that on a Saturday morning in the Dollar General store. That's what it looked like. Looked like somebody that would go in there and go, you know, I just need some Diet Dr. Pepper and a couple of cans of Hormel chili. The second woman that came out was a young girl. My team said, where do you want to work out this new material? Let's send you to Southern California, sunny Southern California, and you get away from that Tennessee winter. And I was like, okay. This was January 2023, and I know y'all don't remember because sweet California people have been through so much with weather and all that kind of stuff, but this was a unbelievable rain, like an unusual rain that they had not had in decades, and they called it biblical. And so my travel agent called me the day that we were flying out, and she said, a biblical storm is hitting Southern California. You're not going to make it. And she sent me an article that had the word ark in it. And I was like... But me and my baby child went out there and we landed. Everything was all right. It really wasn't that much rain. They're just not used to it out there. Yeah. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever been there, but it is beautiful. Beautiful. I never even heard of it. It's on the beach. And I rented a little bungalow about 2 blocks from the beach. And a little man came up to me and gave me the keys and said, water's going to come up out of this ocean and come up over this thing and kill y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all, it's probably like Wilmington, North Carolina. Big, fine homes, one right after another, with boats pulled up to them in the water, like cars in a driveway. And I'd never seen anything like that, and I thought, who are these people? So I said to them, who are you people? What do y'all do for a living? And they said, we farm. A lot of us farm. And I said, what? I'm from farming people. What are y'all farming out here? And they said, strawberries and dope. No. I know. What is Delta 8? I still don't know what it is. But I do feel like if dope's right here, it must be right up under dope. And they may be sprinkled with LSD, maybe. She said, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take one a night, and you got to be consistent over time with it. And I was like, okay. It scared me to death. And I got it in the car, and I thought, I better not drive fast. And I got it home, and Chuck Morgan was there. And I didn't tell him...